Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'm just giving it 1 second here. Make sure I have everything up here. Okay. Give me 1 second here and we'll go ahead and get started. Hey, Cody. What's up? Thanks for joining. All right, just sending a tweet here quick. All right, we are good. Let's go ahead and get started. So I have a bunch of stuff, just a bunch of Jurassic Park stuff. You can kind of see it up here on the wall. I don't really review that stuff as much, so I thought I'd just go ahead and open it all up. So I got a bunch of these like Jurassic World Dominion character and dinosaur packs. So I got Claire, I got Old Man Alan Grant, and then I have Kayla, which is a new character from the new movie. I have some Hammond collection dinosaurs. I have a Gallimimus, a Parasaurolophus, and a Baron. I'm going to say this wrong, so I apologize. Baryonyx. I'm going to say that's what it is. And then I have the kitchen scene from Jurassic Park, and then I have the brand new Dr. Harding and Stegosaurus. So, what do you guys want to see first? We got Floof in the chat. We got Firewall. What is up, everybody? Yes, I've been buying the Hammond. I mean, the Hammond collection hasn't been around that long, but so far I got Ian Malcolm and the Velociraptor, which were like the first two. These are the first two of the dinosaurs at this size class. Gallimimus is pretty new. There's also a Dr. Grant from the first movie in the Hammond collection. And there are two new dinosaurs in this size class. There's a Triceratops and I forget what the other one is. And there's also a big T-Rex, which really looks fantastic. So I want to get those eventually, but I feel like every time I buy Jurassic Park stuff at Target, it immediately goes on sale. They like to do like a buy one get one half off, something like that. So I'll probably just wait and grab those next time there's a sale. Amazon Japan shipped my package. Have you heard of them before? SF Express. Might be. I can't remember. There is someone else they use besides DHL, and I have had them shipped to me once or twice using that. They're fairly slow. They're not like definitely not as fast as DHL. And the thing that's annoying is the tracking will go until it says it hits the US, and they usually come in through LAX. So it'll say LAX USA out for delivery. And all that means is they've given it to whatever local service is going to deliver it, whether that's US. I think it's usually USPS, could be FedEx or whatever, but they'll hand it off. So they'll mark it as out for delivery when they hand it off, but it's not really out for delivery. So don't panic. But unfortunately, that's kind of where you'll lose the tracking. So once it says like LAX USA out for delivery, you just kind of have to wait and it'll eventually show up. Unfortunately, that's how that works. Baryonyx. Okay. Thanks, Floof. What did I say? Yeah, I think I was close. I get the feeling the T-Rex will go out of stock way before it even gets a chance to go on sale since everybody wants one. There's been like 4 at my store for like a week now. So we'll see. But it does look really good. It's like $50. That's the only problem. Yes, it is a horrible process. I don't know why they do it that way, but obviously I wish they would just send it DHL all the time like they used to, but I guess they are trying to save money on shipping, so they use this other service. All right, so what do you guys want to see first? I got the Dominion 2-packs, I got Hammond collection, and then I have the Lost World trailer or the kitchen scene from Jurassic Park. So sound off in the chat what you want to see first, and I can go ahead and get started here. Yeah, the Triceratops looks pretty good. I saw it in store Thursday. I think it was Thursday. I almost grabbed it. I did. But I got both of these as part of a sale. They were buy one, get one half off. So, I mean, it's not a lot. it ends up being like $5 off each if you think about it. But I mean, you know, it's something. And these things have all gone up in price. So these used to be $19.99, and I think now they're like $22.99. These used to be, I think, $12.99. I think they're $14.99 now. So all the Hammond collection stuff, and I think the T-Rex started at 50, but now it's like 54. So I mean, everything unfortunately is going up. Toys across the board are going up, which really stinks. But that makes me want to wait for sales that much more. So, but he's huge, very nice. Yeah, he's definitely big. He's definitely big. I can't tell. I know the mouth opens huge. I don't know if he can actually swallow things. And like, because some of the dinosaurs they've made, the larger ones, you can put like a character in, like they're eating him, and then there's like a little spot on the back, like a panel you can flip open to retrieve it. I don't know if he does that, but I know you could probably at least fit most of a character in there. Even though I can't answer them. Yeah, no worry. Have a good one, Cody. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and we'll start with some of these Dominion 2-packs. And then if you guys want to see something else, just sound off in the chat. So this is Claire and a Dilophosaurus. The Dilophosaurus is the famous one from the first movie where the fins go up and it kills Newman. So we'll go ahead and pop this out here. Now, I kind of think this is the same Dilophosaurus that we've had for a while now. And I understand there's not much they can do with it, but I don't like the way they have the fins attached. It's just like a hinge on both sides. And so when you have the fins down, he looks kind of ridiculous because he's got these big like plastic rectangles on the sides of his head. Now, when you fold him forward, it doesn't look too bad because then they're hidden by the fins. And I don't really know a better way for them to do that, especially since these are kind of like budget figures. Because I think this whole 2-pack is 15, and the figures are usually 8 to 10 on their own. So the dinosaur is kind of like, $7 to $5. But I'm pretty sure we've gotten this exact one before. This might be painted a little differently. Actually, I guess this is a little different because this has the DNA piece. Let me see if I can get this out of here. There we go. So you pop these out. They have these little panels on the back with these little DNA. I don't think that's going to focus, but there you go. So you're supposed to be able to scan these with some kind of app. I never looked into it, but you just push it back down. They don't actually come out, which is nice because I feel like if they were totally removable, they'd get lost. So I appreciate that they just slide up because otherwise you just have a big chunk out of his back. But you basically just have a little hand swivel, and then you can kind of move the legs, but they're kind of in a static pose, so there's not really much you can do with them. So they kind of might as well not move at all. Can you rotate the tail? No, it doesn't look like you can. So it's a very basic little dino, but I mean, it's painted very nicely. You can't even open and close the mouth on this one, unfortunately. Worst thing about price increases is that that these huge toy companies probably would be fine without them. I mean, yeah, yes, it would be, they'd survive, but they got to keep their numbers up. So unfortunately, they see the price increase of plastics and shipping and all that stuff, and they just push it right onto us. Which JP movie is the Razor Crest from? Yes, this is a very special Razor Crestosaurus. It's high tech, definitely engineered from the upcoming movie Jurassic World Outer Space. So I guess it's not, leaving Jurassic World, Jurassic Space. Wouldn't that be fun? Dinosaurs in space. I'd watch Jurassic Space. We went from a park to the world. Now we're leaving the world. It's time for dinosaurs in outer space. So she's got, that's going somewhere, some tiny little controller. Oh, this is taped in. Okay, that's why I can't pop it out. So she's got kind of a tiny little walkie-talkie, and then she's got some kind of gun. Here we go. All right, so is that everything? Yes. Little plastic insert fell down here. All right, put that over there. From the pictures I've seen, the T-Rex can fit a 3.75-inch figure in its mouth, plus the jaw has locking points, so we can definitely support smaller figure. Nice. That's right, the Jungle Planet from Cybertron. That's right, Floof. All right, so here is our Claire figure. Oh, she looks pretty good. I mean, they don't... Some of the likenesses, you can tell, like, they try. Other ones, not so much. Doesn't really look like Bryce Dallas Howard all that much, but... So we've got 90-degree bend and swivel at the elbow. You got a hinge and a rotation in the arm at the shoulder. She's got kind of a softer plastic for the jacket. She's got a swivel and a hinge for the hip. And then we have a 90-degree bend and swivel at the knees. So we have gotten Claire figures, I think, for... I know we had one for... What was the last one called? Fallen Kingdom? Because Mattel didn't have the license for just the first one, right? I think Hasbro still had it at that point. Mattel only got it for Fallen Kingdom. So she's got kind of like a... I'm assuming that's like a dart gun or something. Might be a sniper or something. Kind of looks like a dart gun. And then she's got this super tiny little... like a walkie-talkie looking thing. There we go. Which is kind of cool. It's got a little sticker on it. So we'll put this in her other hand. So not too bad. I mean, she's got nice paint applications, I think. The boots look good. The face looks pretty good. And then they also give you this little like spitter piece that you can pop in the mouth of the dino. So it looks like he is shooting the venom. So that's pretty good. So there you go. That's our first 2-pack of Claire and the Dilophosaurus. I can't really get the Dilophosaurus to stand all that well. The leg kind of wants to lock back. Maybe that'll work. The front leg wants to kind of move forward and the back leg kind of wants to go back, and it makes him off center. So we have an event for the 16th. Yes, I will definitely be doing a live stream Firewall. So come by and hang out. Probably going to go live around 10:30. And then it's supposed to happen at 11. I'm assuming it's going to be mostly Wave 3 stuff because they showed us pictures at Comic-Con. And so now they'll probably have physical copies to show us. All right, don't fall over. All right, so next up we'll do Old Man Alan Grant. And he has a Dimetrodon. Wait for... Oh, Floof, you know that for sure we're going to see Wave 4? I mean, I wouldn't say no. I like to go in with mild expectations. That way, if they exceed them, fantastic. All right, so here's our Dimetrodon. That's actually kind of funny. So he's got his big fin, and then you just pull the back of the fin up for the DNA piece, and then slide it back down. That's kind of funny. So he's got swivel legs, basically, but they're kind of in a static pose. And then he has... The head of the Dimetrodon looks exactly like a T-Rex to me. It's kind of funny. But the mouth can open and close. So we got that. And then he's got a hinge here at the neck, as well as a rotation. But it really just looks like they repurposed the design of a T-Rex head. I don't know, is that what a Dimetrodon's head really looks like? It might. All right, let me straighten out his legs. Does he have tail rotation? No. So honestly, I mean, for a cheaper dino, he's not bad. He's pretty cool. And then let's get Alan Grant. We already know all the alt modes for Wave 3. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Crankcase is going to be some kind of variation of skids, because I feel like that's definitely what they used as a base for the mold. So we'll see how that goes. Right. We got Dr. Grant. Now I do already have, I have the Legacy Grant from the first movie, and they're going to do him again in the Hammond collection, but it's going to be way more articulated and come with a bunch of accessories. But this is Old Man Grant. So you can see he's got gray hair and a beard. He's got kind of that softer plastic for the jacket, and then his articulation is pretty much the same as all these figures, where they have the hinge and the rotation at the shoulder, hinge and rotation at the elbow. Does he have wrist movement? It almost looks like he does, but he doesn't. Head's on kind of a limited ball joint. Hinge and swivel at the hips, and then hinge and swivel at the knees. But yeah, he's a good looking figure. Pretty cool. He doesn't really come with any weapons or anything, but he comes with this fossil piece. I don't really know what to do with this. It almost looks like it's a part of a Build-A-Figure or something, but it's definitely not. But the mouth can open and close on it. It's just a piece of fossil. I guess if you want to go bury it in some dirt and pretend he found it, you can do that. Pretty sure they mentioned Wave 4 being shown on the live stream at Comic-Con, but I could be misremembering. Okay. We know anyway, it's not the type of person that actually keeps up with the leaks. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't really. I feel like there have been leaks, but not picture leaks, just kind of like lists of things. So like I see those lists and then I forget about them because like there's no pictures. So I just go, oh, that's neat, and then I just kind of forget about it. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But that, I mean, hey, I would love to see pictures for Wave 4. If they do anything, it would kind of be almost like what they do for G.I. Joe, where it's like, we showed you pictures before, now we have physical representations of what we showed you pictures of before. We'll show you pictures for what's next, and then the next time. Like, they just kind of have like a nice systematic nature to it. Hello, Dragon B1029. Thank you for joining. Why does he have pale Atrex head? Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't turn into a mace or anything though. So there's that. All right, so we'll do the last one of these 2-packs. This is Kayla Watts and the Pyroraptor. She is one of the newer characters from the movie. If you have not seen it, I thought it was fun. I liked it. I would recommend checking it out. It was fun to see all the cast come back, and then it was fun to see like the newer cast of Owen and Claire interacting with the older cast. I thought that was a lot of fun. They had some fun interactions. I like when Jeff Goldblum's teasing Owen because he's like, "You made a promise to a dinosaur." But yeah, it was a good time. It was fun. It was fun to see the old cast back. Okay, why can't I get this out of here? This is some kind of taser weapon. Is this taped down again? Yeah. I really don't need them to tape these, I gotta be honest. Like, it's encased in plastic. That is enough. But I guess on the off chance that the plastic comes away from the card, but I feel like everything would just fall out at that point. Okay. So Pyroraptor. So we'll take a look at him first. So he's very, into the bird side of the evolution. He's got a bunch of feathers. He's got a hinge at the neck as well as a rotation. And I'm assuming the mouth can open. Yes. How far? Pretty decently far. Mouth's painted on the inside. That looks nice. I always love when they do like the connecting sinew here. Like when you close it, that goes away, but then that's on the inside because that's like how their mouth would be. Like, that's a really nice detail that they don't have to do, but I think it works really well. Pretty nicely painted. Just have minor swivel for the hands, not really much going on there, and just kind of a minor swivel for the legs. And then he's got the DNA piece here that flips up. So he's got that. Pop that back in. Oh, his tail actually rotates. None of the other ones seem to rotate, but maybe I just wasn't twisting them enough. Sometimes with these, it feels like if I twist it any harder, they're going to snap, so I don't. This one twists very easily. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I don't have a lot of experience with the Pyroraptor, but he's pretty cool. And then we have Kayla here, who was a fun new character. Oh, do these have waist swivels, don't they? Yeah, they do. They have waist swivels, which I have not been showing off, but they certainly do. So, waist swivel. But yeah, pretty much all the same articulation. Head's on the ball joint. Got the hinge, rotation, shoulders, elbows, hips, and knees. And then she has this like taser thing. I think this is the same taser thing from that Raptor set, the, what was it, release, Wreck and Release or something. They love doing the N with the apostrophe. But yeah, she's got this little taser baseball bat. You want to focus for me there, buddy? No? Come on. There we go. And you can see the little taser bat. So she's cool. So we got some good new figures. Although she seems considerably shorter than the others. Was that actress really short? I mean, just for a frame of reference, and you're not going to be able to tell from there. She seems pretty short compared to Grant. And I would say Grant's about the same size as Claire. So yeah, she is a little bit shorter. If you want to be surprised during live streams, it's quite simple. All you need to do is not go on TFW 2020. Yeah, I mean, I see that. I see that. All right, so we got Hammond collection. I got 3 Hammond collection dinos. The kitchen scene. Maybe we'll do the trailer last since that's the big one. What do you guys want next? Kitchen scene or one of the Hammond collection here? Sorry, I'm just checking something real quick. All right. There we go. All right, I'll just go. Let's do the Gallimimus. He looks fun. This is definitely one that I feel like let's get the kitchen out of the way. All right. Yeah, this one, like, it's the only way to get a Lex, but we already have Tim from the Ford Explorer and the T-Rex set, which I love the Ford Explorer. But I feel like, I mean, obviously it makes sense to have Tim in this scene, but I don't know. Maybe I would have liked it like a Muldoon. We still need like a Muldoon, I think. Do we? No, we have Muldoon's from the. He was in the first wave, wasn't he? Who else do we need? Do we have most of the main characters? We have the kids. We obviously have the main 3. We have Hammond. We have Muldoon. I think we got Sam Jackson was a Comic-Con thing. We have Nedry, 2 different Nedrys. I guess they could give us Dr. Wu. Did they do a Dr. Wu figure for Jurassic World? I don't think they did. I don't think we have any Dr. Wu so far. All right. Put this box down here. So we have a nice kitchen backdrop if you want to keep that. Might make a fun display. We have this fake counter space. you can use. So this raptor, I'm pretty sure we've seen before 100 times. I think this was in the they did a set that was, I think, 2 raptors, Hammond and Ellie, which again was another Ellie. They love to give you a duplicate figure in these packs, which is a bummer. But I guess, hey, if something happens to your first one. So he's got a hinge, he's got a swivel, he's got an opening mouth, and I love the look of these. I think they do, even for basic raptor figures. Like the raptor in the Hammond collection is the best, but I feel like these are pretty good. I mean, for like basic raptor figures, they look pretty nice. The head's really nicely painted. Mouth opens and closes, like I said, neck swivel. Real basic, just swivel for the hands. Most of these basic dinos just have swivels at the hips and arms. Does his tail move around? Yeah, his tail swivels around. But then, like, the paint doesn't match up. So, pretty cool. Not a bad little dino. All right, so now we have Lex and Tim. Tim is very tiny. Ooh, he's got... Ooh. Oh, you know what? These are... I think they're supposed to be... Okay. I thought it was like a paint mishap at first. I believe they're supposed to be like rough and tumbled. They have like smears on them, like mud. And of course, the frying pan. Don't forget the frying pan. Let me put all this packaging away. I mean, it's definitely kind of a cool little bit of packaging if you really want to keep that. I mean, I'm probably not going to, but if you really wanted to keep that like kitchen backdrop, it looks pretty good. So here is Tim, and you can see that he's got like mud here on the pants. He's got some down here on the leg. Let me see if this will focus. There we go. So you can see he's got like the mud on his one short, then a shin there, and then on the side of his arm and on his sleeve. So I guess if you have the Tim from the first set, I think that one's just normal. I don't think he has any, we'll call it battle damage for lack of a better term. So I guess this is kind of a Tim variant, which I guess is good because, you know, if you're going to have multiple versions, it's nice to have some kind of difference. So they do not, oh, he does have knees. He doesn't have elbows, but he has knees. It's really tight though. He does have a bend and a swivel at the knee. Very tight. Almost to the point that they don't swivel. They bend, but they don't swivel. He does not have elbows. Does he have an arm swivel? No. But he looks pretty good. He's a pretty good little Tim. Put him next to Alan Grant. They scale pretty well. It comes up to about his midsection there. So they scale pretty well. Tim does not want to stand up. Come on, Tim. Come on, Tim. There we go. Am I interested in any of the Page Puncher figures? Definitely not the 7-inch. I've seen the 3-inch ones at Walmart, and I think at Target. I think I've seen them at both. Not really. I don't know. I mean, they might scale with Mission Fleet, but they're very basic. I think they only have 5 points of articulation. They would probably be something like maybe if there was a sale or a clearance, I might try them out. But most of my superhero stuff I buy at the 4-inch scale. So I don't really need smaller ones. Plus, I have so many Imaginext. And I know that their Imaginext has its own like proportions and everything. But yeah, I'm not saying no ever, but just right now I'm not very interested. I'm not really looking into that. I've seen them around. They look okay, but I would definitely, I'd only be interested if they're on sale, something like that. All right, so Lex is pretty good. Lex has basic knees. She does not have a waist swivel. She does not have elbows, but she has the normal hinge and rotation at the shoulders. So she looks pretty good. You want to focus there, buddy? No? What do you say? What do you say? Well, it doesn't want to focus. But yeah, pretty good looking figure. She also has like the dirt on the leg and the arm. She's all scuffed up. Come on, man, focus. There we go. And she does come with a frying pan. I don't really remember her hitting them with a frying pan. I remember her tapping the ladle to get their attention. I don't really remember her attacking them with a frying pan, but she has a frying pan, so if she wants to cook you up some dinner, she can do that. I feel like you definitely get the 3-inch page punchers for the comics. I mean, yeah, but I feel like those comics are pretty widely available, so you don't really need to buy them. So yeah, I don't know. All right, now we'll go to the Gallimimus. Like I was saying, I feel like you could definitely army build a couple of these for that scene in the first movie where they're running from them, because there's a whole field of them. I did get the Raptor from the Hammond collection is really great, and they had a clearance at Target, and I was able to get a second one, so I have at least 2 of those. But I mean, I have so many Raptors just from the very. It was obviously like one of the most popular dinosaurs from Jurassic Park / World, probably after the T-Rex. So, I mean, I have 2 from the Hammond set. I have this one I just got. I have 2 of the Hammond collection ones. I'm pretty sure I have a few others from other things. Hello, Daniel. Thanks for joining. All right, let me cut. This has a little tie that I have to cut out. There we go. I like the box for this too. I think they're pretty well done. They have a nice aesthetic to them. Just to show off the box, I got Hammond down here in the amber. And then you have, here's a picture of that scene I was talking about. So pretty cool. All right, so we have, and these definitely have the most articulation of anything. So they have a swivel at the neck, as well as a hinge. Although these are really tight. There we go. So hinge and swivel. They have a second kind of a ball joint at the base of the skull, and then you can open and close the mouth. He can only close his mouth about that much. They have a hinge and a rotation at the shoulder, much like the figures do, and a hinge and a rotation at the elbow, again, much like the figures do. Oh, he's got, okay, his arm came completely out. He's got a bunch of flashing. Maybe I can trim this away real quick. There's a bunch of flashing here. That's not great. I like how the boxes look like cells to continue dinosaurs. Yeah, that's true. They do kind of look like that. Oh, yikes. Yeah, this is kind of a mess. There's like a ridiculous amount of flashing, and that's never going to focus, but there's a ridiculous amount of flashing on the arm itself, and then there's also flashing on the joint, the plastic joint itself. I guess I picked a bad one. Okay. There we go. Nope. Sorry, I know this is probably not the most interesting thing to sit here and watch me cut away flashing, but it needs to be done. Okay, that's a little better. Still pretty messed up though. But the joint still works. So I just have to plug it back into his arm here. There we go. Okay, that's a little better. Now for the legs, we have a swivel. Do we have a hinge? You have a very minimal hinge out to the side, very minimal. You also have a hinge and a rotation in the knee, and then their kind of second knee, you have the same, and then the legs are solid. But that's a really nice amount of articulation, honestly. And then the tail comes separate in the box. And then we have to plug this in like so. And then once you plug it in, the tail's kind of on a ball joint. So you can move that all around. But yeah, he looks good. Really nice detailing. You can see all the paint there on his back. Really looks nice. He's got paint in the inside of his mouth. Really, really good dinos. These are great. And the nice thing about the Hammond collection is the dinosaurs are all in scale to the 3 3/4 inch figures. So that means they're in scale with each other and how big they would be to a human. So very cool. Loving this line. Really nicely done. Trying to get his feet to stand. There we go. All right. So Baryonyx, Parasaurolophus. Parasaurolophus. Sure, we'll go with that. A complaint about the Hammond collection is that the feet are too big. Oh, you think the feet are too big? I can understand the complaint, but if the feet were smaller, the figures would topple over easy and would take out the entire shelf. I didn't really notice them being too big. That's a lot of people are complaining about that online. Parasaurolophus, yes. We're doing him. Let's get him out of here. It's also kind of cool that the background, and I don't know if I showed this off, but yeah, it kind of looks like the backdrop kind of looks like amber. Parasaurolophus. I am not a paleontologist, and I don't even play one on TV. All right, these always have ties you have to cut out, so bear with me for a second, and I will cut these out of here. What's everybody doing with their Saturdays? Anything good going on? Anyone got any cool, fun Saturday stories? Or just interesting things you've done in general? I wonder if Mattel's going to move to plastic-free packaging soon. I feel like that's the big industry push. And if it gets me away from these stupid ties, I think I'd be okay with it. Is that everything? Parasaurolophus. Okay. I still can't spit it, but I appreciate the effort. I really do. Parasaurolophus is the best I can do. Okay. It always just makes me think of, I think it was Lost World when Roland Tempo is trying to they're all capturing the dinosaurs, and he's like, the parrot, and he's trying to, like, he's got like a little cheat sheet notebook, and he can't pronounce them either, and he's like, the one with the pompadour. That's how I feel right now. All right. Look at this behemoth. So he does have an opening and closing mouth. It's very tiny, which is pretty cool. And he does have a painted tongue and inside of his mouth. He has got I think is this a hinge and a swivel, or is this a ball joint? No, this is a ball joint at the base of the skull. And then at the neck, he's also got a ball joint. He's got a hinge and swivel for both the shoulder and the elbows. And then he's got a little bit more out to the side, but mostly a swivel. And then hinge and a rotation at both of his knees. He's got kind of, I don't know, would you call this like a second knee or like his ankle, I guess, in the back here. And then he's got his feet. And then we need to connect his tail. So let's do that. Well, that's kind of cool. This one has like a special little tab on the side because there's like a little indent for the tab, so you know how to connect it in here. This is not trying to go in here, though. I believe this is correct. Surprised, I don't usually have difficulty getting these in here. Anybody else have difficulty with these? Usually they snap right in and you're good to go. Ah, there we go. They give you a really nice audible snap, which is nice. I got to turn this though. Eesh. There we go. There we go. So now the tail's on a ball joint once that's snapped in there. But they're definitely like, once you snap it in, like that's it. You're not getting it out of there. That's cool. He's got some paint here on the torso. I mean, the paint all over is really nice. And then just for fun, here is a scale to a 3 3/4 inch figure. But yeah, he's good. I like him. Let's see if I can bring this up so he will stand. I don't really think the feet don't really seem that big to me. Do a lot of people online complain about them being too big? Is that a thing? That's surprising to me. I mean, he kind of already wants to fall forward. Let's see if I can bend this back a little bit. Yeah, if they made the feet any smaller, you're right, they'd be all over the place. Not doing much today. Tomorrow I go looking for Override. Unfortunately, living in a not so big area means a lot of people are buying the Transformers currently on the shelves. I found Override on Thursday. There was only one. There was an entire shelf full of haulers. So hauler definitely seems to be one of the least desirable from this wave, but we'll see. Walmart's somewhere on. You don't even have Walmart's? Oh, that's a shame. I mean, you could try Hasbro Pulse, unless you don't have Hasbro Pulse either. But Hasbro Pulse has a fair amount of the deluxes, and I think Override and Scourge and Hauler are all on there still. I think you can find them on Hasbro Pulse. All right, so let's get the Baryonyx going. Baryonyx. Oh, is your the first grapple had that problem where when you peg the back pegs into the feet in vehicle mode, they would get stuck. But they did fix that by Inferno. So that's good at least. All right, I have some more little ties to cut out of here. I like how this guy's got kind of like an elongated gator mouth. And this is the one that has like the Wolverine claws, isn't it? I think that's, is this one? I think it is. Got some more ties to cut out. Nope, there's another one down here on this foot. The Inferno was good. I believe that's all of them. I think I just got a plastic cut. And we got to pop his tail out. There we go. All right. Yeah, he's got the little claws. So he's got a very large opening mouth. That's awesome. Look at that big old painted tongue. Teeth are nicely painted. Head looks pretty good. They really do. I will say Mattel has a nice level of detail and paint on these. So we got a ball joint at the base of the skull, ball joint at the base of the neck. Again, hinge in the shoulder and elbows, as well as a rotation. It's got movement in the. Oh, this guy's got a nice hinge in the leg. That's the best one I've seen so far. And then we have a hinge and a rotation in the knees. This is kind of tight. There we go. Some of these hinges are kind of tight. Oh, he's got. Do they? No. This guy does not have like ankle joints. He just has the two knees. But this guy does have the two knees and ankle joints, which is pretty cool. So he's got even more articulation. Yeah, this guy's cool. I like this guy. Go ahead and peg in the tail. Oh, that went in much easier. I love the color scheme on this guy too. Just the kind of like green and black. This guy's awesome. Look at that mouth. He's chomping. Boom. And he's got his Wolverine claws. I don't think this is the guy that has. There's the one from the new movie has the like really long. I don't think this is the same one as that. I think this one was from the last movie. Was this the one that is trying to bite them when they're in the lab with the lava's coming down? I think that's this guy. But yeah, he's cool. I mean, look at that. Really great paint applications, really great detail, ton of articulation. Yeah, this guy's awesome. I knew I would like and I'm going to say it wrong again, Parasaurolophus. I knew I was going to like him, but this guy's awesome. This guy might be my favorite out of the two. You got to love it. I mean, who doesn't love dinosaurs? It's just something about them. They have an air of mystery, and they're all just so awesome looking. He doesn't want to stand. See, the only problem with these guys is they're very top heavy. So trying to get them to stand is kind of difficult. Yeah. Maybe if I pivot his ankle. There we go. I feel like he's going to fall. You can't see it, but I feel like he's going to fall forward eventually. We'll see how it goes. But no, that's great. I mean, honestly, everything so far has been pretty great. The human figures are good. The budget dinos, you know, they're okay. Like the spitter. What is this guy's name? Dilophosaurus. You know, he's a budget dino. Like they're only $5 to $7 worth of the pack. So I can't really complain about them. I did really like this guy though. I think he's a lot of fun. Even the Pyroraptor, not bad. But these Hammond collection ones, these are great. I mean, they're in scale with each other. Like, you know, this is great stuff. Really greatly articulated, really nicely painted, in scale. This line, I think I'm going all in on the Hammond collection, at least for the dinos. There might be some figures like because with the Legacy collection, they did a lot of the characters, and now they're kind of going back and doing them again, and they are better figures. They have better articulation, way more accessories. Like with, I did a review for Malcolm, and he's got the jacket, and then you can pull the arms off, take the jacket off. He comes with a second set of arms to have rolled up sleeves. So that's nice. I mean, that's giving you more options, certainly more articulation and more features than the original Legacy one they did a while ago. And those Legacy ones were under $10 a piece, so rebuying is not that bad. The Grant that they're doing, which I just saw at Target on Thursday, it's very similar to the Legacy Collection one, but it's got sunglasses that he didn't have on the other one, and it's got a couple more accessories that I can't remember. The Beast of Mesozoic T-Rex has much better proportionate feet, because the figure is very accurate to what we currently know about a T-Rex, and it came with a big instruction sheet just for balance. Really? That's cool. The Baryonyx is actually has the hands in the correct position too. Nice. Probably not. I mean, that's what I'm doing kind of right now. I mean, maybe when I have like a bunch of them, maybe I'll do one video showing them all in scale together. That could be fun, actually. That's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do something. I'm not going to do. I did a video for Ian and the Velociraptor. My bad. It didn't really do that great, so that's why I thought I would just kind of do everything today on a live stream just for fun. Excuse me. But it would be kind of neat once you have a bunch of them and they're all in scale with each other to do a video of just all of them together showing off the scale. That could be fun. I'm really excited for this one. So I how should I say this? I like the Lost World. I know a lot of people don't. But when I saw it when I was a kid, actually, hold on. I'm going to mute myself for a second. I apologize. I had to sneeze. So when Jurassic Park came out, I think I was like 9 or 10. And then when The Lost World came out, I was like 11, 12. So I was like right in that demographic for dinosaur toys. And I saw the movie. I liked it fine. And I remember going to my local department store, which I don't think it was called Ames. I don't think you guys have them. They're certainly not around anymore. They went out of business years ago, but I think it was an East Coast thing. And they had a huge, like, you know how Walmart sets up those little displays in the middle of the main aisles? And it was all Lost World stuff. And I was so enamored with it because it was all really bright packaging. And those Kenner figures were a lot of fun because you got like a human character with some kind of accessory, like a backpack or a weapon. And then it also came with like a little baby dino. And then they had the larger dinos, and they had so many vehicles because in the Lost World, they had all those vehicles for capturing the dinos. So they did like the Explorer vehicles for, you know, the good guys. And that had like a back section that opened and popped out and had like an extending thing so they could reach trees and stuff. And then the InGen guys had the ones with like the nets and the capturing claws and all that kind of stuff. And I loved that line. I loved it so much. I think I got everything from it. So when they do Lost World stuff in the Legacy collection, I get really excited because it reminds me of that line I loved so much as a kid. Like earlier, they did the Roland Tempo figure with that Jeep where the side pops out and it fires the missile, because that was very similar to one of the toys. So this isn't a vehicle, unfortunately, but the box is made to look like the trailer from the movie. And it is Julianne Moore's character, Sarah Harding, with 2 Stegosaurus. So I'm very excited for this. I think this is going to be very cool. When they put this up a while ago, I pre-ordered it like immediately, and then I kind of forgot about it. And now I'm really excited. Oh, bless. Thank you, Firewall. Yes, I'm still here, Cody. Is this not the best way to open this? Yeah, there's tape over here. Let's try. Although that's gonna. Well, I'm not. As much as I like the box, I don't think I'm going to keep it. I actually have the trailer playset from that Kenner line, which actually probably would not scale too badly. I think those were 5-inch figures in that old Kenner line, but the vehicles probably wouldn't scale too badly with the 4-inch figures. At least the trailer wouldn't, because that's meant to be huge. All right. This is quite massive. So you have a little backdrop here of the inside of the trailer. That's pretty cool. I appreciate the backdrops. I don't save them, but that is pretty cool. The problem is that it doesn't. The backdrops don't scale at all. I mean, look how absolutely massive that desk chair is. That's not going to scale with the 4-inch figures. All right, stay there. So I always feel like these are pretty good. I mean, obviously these aren't Hammond collection dinos, but the Legacy collection dinos have been pretty good. I think the Hammond collection is kind of the new gold standard, but I do think because I think it was it during? It might have been during Fallen Order. I got a Stegosaurus at Toys R Us. When did Fallen Order come out? Toys R Us was still around then, right? I think it was, just barely. This goes here. This goes here. But yeah, you gotta love the box that looks like the trailer. I think that's really fun. Okay, so first off, does this? No, they don't do that for this, right? For a second, I thought, oh, it does. It does have. I didn't think they were still. I thought that was only for the Dominion playline. And this is definitely Legacy Collection, right? Yeah, this is definitely Legacy Collection. They have so much stuff going on. They have like the Dominion toy line. They have Camp Cretaceous. They have Legacy Collection, which I think is all Target exclusive. And then they have Hammond Collection, which I think, because they also had the Amber Collection, which was for the 6-inch figures, but I think that's kind of dead. I think they've given up on those because I don't think they sold well at all. And their Amber Collection really just felt like upscaled versions of the 3 3/4-inch figures. They really weren't that great. So I think the Amber Collection they kind of gave up on. Some of the dinosaurs were not bad. I like a raptor from that wasn't bad. But I think they gave up on those. And so then I think when they kind of threw away the Amber Collection, they decided to create the Hammond Collection. And now they're just really doubling down on the 3 3/4-inch figures, which I love because that's my favorite scale. So I like that more so than 6-inch figures. But anyway, we have the little code thing there you can scan with the app. So, wow, his mouth does not open. That is surprising. That is surprising. We have a hinge and a rotation in the neck, but no opening mouth. The head looks pretty good, though. If that will focus. The eyes are very tiny. There you go. So, kind of surprised the mouth doesn't open. We have a rotation. We have no hinge. This is pretty basic, honestly. Yeah, this is no Hammond collection. It looks good, like just aesthetically, it looks good. Really nice paint, I will say. I mean, you can see you have the brown, you have the green, the kind of red on top for the plates. Like the color scheme is really good. But the legs just, yeah, you can see that. The legs just swivel. Nothing really special going on there. Like I said, no opening, closing mouth. You have, no, this is a hinge. I think this is a ball joint? No, it's a hinge and a rotation in the neck. just swiveling legs. The tail has, does this have some kind of feature to it? Tail striking action. It does. Okay. Well, that's why. Is that what this is? Okay. I was looking at this, and the two plates on this side look like there's some kind of cutout, and the one of them is for that. The other one you actually push down, and it makes the tail swing back and forth. Because there's a hinge here and a hinge here to swivel back and forth. I mean, that's okay. I kind of think, honestly, I think they did this. I think this is the exact same Stegosaurus from Fallen Kingdom, because I think I have this already. But that one was kind of a much darker blue, almost like a navy blue. And I'm pretty sure that had the tail gimmick as well. So I think all this is a repainted Stegosaurus from Fallen Kingdom. But it's a really nice repaint. Like, I really do love the colors on it. And I don't mind having an extra Stegosaurus. You do get this adorable baby Stegosaurus. So this guy looks great. Hinge and a rotation in the neck. Again, mouth doesn't open. Simple swivel in the legs. Nothing for the knees or anything. Tail. Oh, the tail does spin. Okay. But, yeah, he's pretty adorable. There we go. Nope, you had it and you lost it. So I like him a lot. I really like the baby little Stegosaurus. And I was just thinking they could do a baby T-Rex from Lost World in this scale for Hammond Collection and give him like the cast for his leg and the muzzle. And I don't remember if they've done this before. They very well may have. But he's pretty great. And the color schemes match. So I'm definitely sure, I'm almost like 100% positive that this is just a repaint of the Stegosaurus from Fallen Kingdom. But it's good. I mean, that was a fun figure too. I think that was $20 back in the day. So that kind of makes sense. And then, this would be somewhere in like $10 to $15. I would say probably 10. But we do have our Sarah Harding action figure. She comes with a camera around her neck. Can we take this off? Can I pop her head off? Do I dare? I'm not going to do that, actually. I think we can just slide this over the ponytail. There we go. So she comes with a little camera. Not much going on with that. It's a decent likeness of Julianne Moore. It's not the best. It's not the worst. If you will focus. Yeah, I don't know. The more I look at it, maybe not. But it's not terrible. Typical articulation. Hinge, swivel for both shoulders and knees. Waist swivel. Hinge and swivel for the hips. Knees are the same. Everything's the same. So typical human articulation, but she looks good. So if I remember correctly, I think this set was $50. Which granted, with inflation and everything, this would probably be more like $25 now. And this would probably be $15. So that kind of puts you at $40 and then $10 for the figure. So I feel like that's fair for the price. Could it have been $40? Actually, maybe this was $40. I will have to double check that. Let me head to my handy dandy Target app where I can see what I paid for it. If it was $40, then I think that is 100% a good value. If it was $50, I feel like, but it may have been. Let me scroll down. It was $40. It was $40. So yes, for $40, I think that's good. Because if you figure this was 20 and then 10 each for the figure and then the baby, I think that's totally reasonable. I think 40 is a very fair price for this set. Even though probably only this is new, and honestly, this is probably some clear body that they just popped a new head on, to be honest with you. But I mean, it gets the job done. It does look like her. They made her outfit from the movie, so that is fair. Focus. Come on. There we go. There you go. So I'm happy. I mean, I like getting more characters from the movies. Definitely need a Nick Van Owen at some point. But yeah, I'm happy to get more characters. Like I said, I don't think anything in this box is particularly new. But this is a really great repaint because the other one I'm pretty sure was just like a dark blue. Maybe the spikes were black. This is a really nice repaint. And I don't mind having. I mean, that's the nice thing about dinosaurs. Any dinosaur can be an army builder, and that's the best part about it. Because they're just animals, so you can just have as many duplicates as you want, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to feel guilty about it. Yeah, pretty cool. So that's everything that I have. Maybe I'll start to move some of the larger dinos back here just so I can get at my computer. Now, I don't know if like this Stego is in scale for the Hammond collection. I kind of feel like it's not, because I feel like a Stegosaurus must be larger than some of these guys. But it still looks pretty good. The desk chair is obviously on the Stegosaurus. How often do I sell figures? I don't really. If I buy like candy toy stuff and I get duplicates, I'll sell duplicates, but I don't sell my collection. I pretty much have everything since when I was a kid. Fallen Order was late 2019. I think it was dead by then. Was it? Okay. But I definitely remember getting a Stegosaurus at a Toys R Us. Maybe it was like as they were dying, because I think Toys R Us died in 2018. I definitely remember seeing the Stegosaurus at Toys R Us. But Mattel didn't have it by then, did it? Did I say Fallen Order? Wait, what's Fallen Order? Yeah, I meant Fallen. Did I say Fallen Order? I meant Fallen Kingdom if I did, obviously. What's Fallen Order? Now I'm all confused, Floof. I'm sure I confused. Floofs confused. I probably confused both of us. But yes, I did mean Fallen Kingdom. Whatever the second Jurassic World was. It's not that the Amber collection sold poorly. It's just that making the line 1/12 was a mistake because the big dinosaurs like T-Rex would have been huge, and the $100 price yeah, that's true. You can't really do much more in the Amber collection than like the Raptor size class. It's kind of like how the G.I. Joe classified can only do certain smaller vehicles. It's kind of the same principle. You can't make a huge vehicle or a huge dinosaur in this case. Toys R Us closed literally a week after Fallen Kingdom came out. Did it really? Wow. But the toys were out earlier, I think. I think the toys usually come out like a month or so, because I do kind of remember seeing them on the way out because I bought a couple of the Imaginext Fallen Order sets, and I couldn't believe that they were brand new, but they were on sale right away because, like you said, by that time, I think everything in the store was 20% off, but they were still getting new product, which confused me because they were like, this is brand new, and immediately came in at 20% off. So I was like, all right, not going to say no to that. In a way, you can say the Amber collection sold poorly because it was filled with repaints, and besides that, Raptors, it didn't have a lot of dinos people were interested in. Yeah, they really did. Did they do a Dilophosaurus? I think that was the only other one they did. I think it was a Raptor. Oh, no, they did a pterodactyl towards the end, right? I should get some water or something. Fallen Order is the Star Wars game. Yes, that's correct. I did not mean Star Wars because obviously there were no Stegosauruses in Fallen Order. Yes. Hold on. I'm going to. Am I going to? I'm going to sneeze again. Ugh. I went outside and I think my allergies are catching up to me. Yeah, not Fallen Order, Fallen Kingdom. But yeah, Amber Collection, I think they only ever did the Raptor. I think they did a Dilophosaurus, and I think they did a pterodactyl towards the end. But I don't think that was Pteranodon. Oh, they did a Dimetrodon. No, Dimorphodon. What's the Dimorphodon? I remember the Pterodon. That was like right at the end. That was like the last one they did. And I remember the Dilophosaurus because that was right after the Raptor. What's a Dimorphodon? I feel like I've heard that name, but I can't think of what the dinosaur looks like. Did I hear about the new Digimon Vital bracelets? Full English versions of really at Walmart. That's cool. That's pretty cool. I don't do those. I don't. They're like step counters, right? Pedometers. Yeah, I don't really bother with those. They're neat. I mean, they have a ton of them now, and it's cool. And it's awesome that they're sold in the States. That's really cool. The Stegosaurus and the pear are out of scale, I believe. I don't know the measurements of the animals from the top of my head. Fair enough. Yeah, I would think if they're going to do a Hammond collection Stegosaurus, it would have to be kind of like larger, like not as big as a T-Rex, I don't think, but closer. Dimorphodon is a smaller pterosaur. Oh, okay. Oh, is that the one that has the head that almost looks like a T-Rex? I do remember that now. I do remember that. It's got like almost more like bat-like wings. I mean, I know that sounds dumb, but like where a pterosaur, that's a predacon. A pterodactyl or a pteranodon has kind of the larger wings that are really wide. The Dimorphodon has the like little, and then it has the head that almost kind of looks like a T-Rex to me. The VPET version. Oh wow, really? Yeah, yeah, I remember. Wasn't it like no, Claire's assistant got eaten by the Mosasaurus, right? I think so. Or maybe she got carried off by one of those and then the Mosasaurus ate them both. I have to watch that movie again. But yeah, this was fun. I think they got some good stuff here. Like I said, I definitely think the Legacy Collection. Does this set have an official name? Just Dr. Sarah Harding and Stegosaurus pack. So not a very inventive name. Sometimes they have like I think this one's called like Kitchen Showdown. Kitchen Encounter. I'm sorry. Sometimes they have fun names. But I love the box. I think that's really cool, and I think this looks good. But this is definitely. I would say I would bet money that this. Well, because it didn't have that though. I don't know how long have they been doing the little DNA chip. Did they do that in Fallen Order? I don't think so. I don't know though. But maybe they added that in. But otherwise, I would say this is definitely just a Fallen Kingdom repaint. But it's a very good repaint, and I absolutely love the little baby. I think he's awesome. So that was a good pack. Hammond Collection is top notch. Cannot recommend Hammond Collection enough. Definitely going to be continuing on with these guys. I love that they're all in scale with each other, and they're in scale with the 3 3/4 inch figures. I think that's really cool. So I love having all the dinosaurs scale to the human characters. Yeah, and otherwise we got Claire, we got Kayla, we got Sarah Harding, Lex and Tim. we got some good stuff in this one. I think this was fun. Did I get Motormaster yet? No. Here, we'll do a live check. I guarantee it won't have updated it. I don't know what's going on. I mean, at some point, do you just admit you lost the thing and just give me my money back? Because I don't know what's happening with it. I had a Star Wars figure I bought from Target that shipped like 8 days ago, and it was like, I think they shipped it USPS, and then the status has just never updated. Like, if you go to USPS, it just says like waiting for package, waiting to receive package, and Target's like, we mailed it 10 days ago, and I'm like, so what? So I called Target and I was like, this must be lost because you shipped it over a week ago and USPS never got it. So they're like, fine, we'll just send you another one. I was like, okay, thank you. Because I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, Motormaster. Here, is this it? Maybe by the magic of the chat, if you all clap real hard, something will have happened. No, nothing happened. It just says left Kansas 8-9, 2 p.m. That was 4 days ago, over 4 days ago, 4.5 days ago. Nothing. Because at first it came from California and it got to Kansas and it said like delayed. It had like a big red icon and said delayed. And I went and looked and it said weather delay. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? Just flight didn't take off because of the weather? Fine, whatever. Next day, I think that went away, and then it just said left Kansas, and it just has not updated. I was complaining about it on Twitter, and I got the FedEx bot. Hey, do you, we're so sorry for your inconvenience. This is not the experience we want you to have. Let me help you. So I'm like, all right. So I give it the tracking number, and it's like, oh, it left Kansas. And I'm like, thanks. I knew that. And then they're like, we have significant delays and we're sorry, please just be patient. And I'm like, you told me nothing. Like, this is a complete waste of time. What the Raptor is cooking. There you go. Splatoon 3. Yeah, I didn't realize that was coming out so soon. I was talking to Shuk about it the other day. And I was like, when does Splatoon 3 happen? And she's like in a month. And I was like, oh, damn. Is it really that soon? I had no idea. So yeah, I mean, I haven't really watched much of the like previews or directs about it. I mean, Splatoon is Splatoon, right? For the most part, I mean, it's kind of the same game with a few new bells and whistles. I'm sure I'll get it eventually. I'm not super concerned with when it comes out. Dragon Ball stuff is about to happen in Fortnite on Tuesday, so that's going to be taking my main focus for however long that takes to do, because I think that's really cool. Definitely excited for that collab. But yeah, I think for the most part, Splatoon is Splatoon. I like it. I have fun with the other two for sure. And I want to get it. I guess what it'll be like if all my other friends are like, "Hey, let's play Splatoon." So, but yeah, I'll get it. I think you can do like 3-on-3 matches now, and I'm sure there's some new story mode, which is always fun. Pokemon Select figures. Nah, I really don't buy Pokemon stuff at all. Way back in the day when Pokemon like first hit here, which was like 2099, when I don't remember when Pokemon for the first wave of Pokemon. I was like 15 and it was a lot of fun. I went and bought the game. I remember going to Walmart and buying it the day it came out, and I played it a lot. I watched the cartoon at first, but the problem with the Pokemon cartoon is like nothing happens. Because they only see, that's the fun thing about Digimon. Like, they transform every episode. They transform, they fight, they go back to normal. Pokemon, you watch like 15 episodes of that cartoon and something changes and transforms one time. Because that's how in Pokemon evolution only happens once and then they're stuck that way. I get that. But like, it just wasn't that fun. And like, he didn't catch Pokemon that often. He kind of just stuck with his team and they didn't evolve very often. And then it got to the point where he wasn't even really battling gym leaders anymore. He was just like I helped you. Here's your badge. And it was like, okay. So I don't know. Like I got when Pokemon first happened, I was very into it. I bought a lot of those little figurines. They used to do those. I don't even know what company it was, but it would be like two figurines with a plastic Pokeball on like a bubble on card, and then you had the two little figurines, and you could put either one of them in the Pokeball. Like it was two halves that you put together. I bought a bunch of those. So I have a bunch of those little figurines from like the first run, and then after that, I just can't ever get back into it. Like it's been going strong for so long, and everyone who loves Pokemon, I'm so happy for all of you. I just can't get into it. I've tried. I loved that first game, and I know most of those Pokemon. And if you watch Geek Each Week at all, Rye does that game where she throws up a picture of a Pokemon, and I have to guess what it is. If it's in the original 151, I can usually tell you without incident because I remember that game. I've tried. I bought Black or White. I can't remember which one. I bought I saw Sun or Moon on clearance somewhere one time, and I got that. And I always do the same thing. I play few hours, because like when you first start out a Pokemon game, you catch a bunch and you level them up. Um, you get to your first gym, it's exciting, and then after that, it just kind of gets to be a grind, and you just have to like constantly level up. I'll be honest, I don't play a lot of RPGs anymore because the grind is so boring to me. Like I feel like my attention span has dropped off. And if I have to like grind out leveling to be able to beat the next thing, I just often don't bother. And I think that's why I can't get into Pokemon anymore. I mean, the designs are neat. I see. I did play. Um, what was the one? Let's Go Pikachu, where you got the little ball. That was fun because one, it was a unique controller, which I thought was fun, and two, you didn't have to level up in that game. You just caught stuff. You know what I mean? You just walked around and you just caught it. I think there were battles, um, but I don't remember like having to grind too much in terms of leveling. So that was kind of cool. Like I did enjoy that one. Yeah, I don't know. I've tried to get into it. I just can't. I love Digimon though. I'm all in it. I'm all in it for Digimon. If you have NSO, are you doing the Splatfest? I don't know what that is. Oh, Nintendo Switch Online. Is there like a special preview? Is that what it is? Yeah, you're right. I think it was Tomy. I think Tomy did those little figurines at the beginning, and then they ported them over here. I don't know who released them over here, um, but I remember seeing those like on the Pocket Monster cards in Japan. I'm pretty sure they were the same little figures. If you get back into it, we lose again. See, you're right, Floof. That's true. The best thing about Pokemon Select figures is that they're really posable, which is something you don't see often. Is that the ones Jazzwares is making? Is it Jazzwares? Wicked Cool Toys, which is essentially Jazzwares. I think I did buy I saw the Charizard on Amazon for cheap. I think it was like on sale. Like if retail, I don't know, $20, it was like 15. And I think I reviewed that. It was a good figure. It came with a flight stand and everything, if that's the same one. Um, yeah. So I liked that. I'm not going to be buying a ton of those. That was just Charizard's one of my favorites. So I saw it. It looked cool. It was on sale. It was an impulse purchase. I think I even had a gift card. So that was definitely a good figure, though. I did a review of it. If you go look on my channel, you can find it. Um, yeah, that was a cool little figure. Jazzwares, yeah. Jazzwares does some good stuff, honestly. Um, I love their Fortnite figures. They're also doing the Micro Galaxy Squadron for Star Wars, which have been great. And I know they own Wicked Cool, or Wicked Cool's a part of them, or something like that. And they've done the Halo figures, which are also really good. I like the World of Halo ones. I think I did get a 6-inch Master Chief just because Master Chief's so iconic. But I didn't go all in on the 6-inch line. I just wanted to get just Master Chief, which was all right. The 6-inch figures are kind of hit or miss, but I do really like the 4-inch ones. Yes. So Hasbro. So those figures have kind of been leaking out. Hey Pedro. Kinda. I'm almost done. But thanks for joining. Um, yeah, the new Fortnite Victory Royale figures, they had kind of been leaking out, and I think some of them had even popped up on Amazon because I'm pretty sure like Preternia or somebody bought them before they announced them. Uh, but yeah, I think that's wave 3, wave 4. I don't know. Hasbro's been doing some weird stuff with Victory Royale where, um, they have kind of like random Amazon exclusives, random Walmart exclusives, and then there's like official waves. I think that's wave 3 because the first wave was like Midas and the Slurpee guy and Jinx. I think there was another one, Chaos Agent, maybe. Wave 2 was Bush Ranger and Funk Master or something like that. Funk Lord. I don't know, the guy with the afro. Um, there was another guy. There was like a bulletproof or something like that, a metal guy in there, and somebody else. I forget what the fourth one was. So I think this is the third wave. Um, so I think they look great. I mean, but they also have like the scientist and the foundation, which were just kind of like random Hasbro drops. And then there were like the larger ones, like Meowscles with the weights, the training room kind of stuff. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to track that line. They also have gliders. Um, they just did man cakes, which I'll have to always get. I really like the look of that boat. I kind of want that boat, but it's like $75, so that's going to be a sale. Wait for a sale on that one. But yeah, definitely Victor. I really do like the 4-inch Fortnite stuff just because I feel like one, Jazzwares has kept that price at $10, and bless them because I don't know how they do it, but those are the best figures for the money I feel like that are out there. So I like collecting those, and also I feel like it's easier to do vehicles and stuff for smaller scale. Um, but yeah, so far what Hasbro's been doing with Victory Royale has been pretty great. So I do eventually want to get everything from that line, but I'm definitely just kind of grabbing stuff here or there where I find sales and clearance and stuff like that. So um, yeah, just kind of putting that stuff on a list to keep track of for later, and then grabbing it when it goes on sale. Hasbro has a problem with stuff leaking. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how Prime V Prime gets all that stuff. I won't. I don't know. I have no idea how he gets it, but he has everything so early. I don't know. Why I am late and the subject is Jurassic World. Do you watch Camp? I have not watched Camp Cretaceous, but I've heard really good things about it. It's like in my list on Netflix. I'm so behind on that kind of stuff. There's like the most recent He-Man season I need to watch. Camp Cretaceous is definitely in there. I'm like 2 seasons behind on Castlevania. Maybe like around. I think what I'm gonna do is try to watch that around like Halloween time. I think that'd be fun. Maybe I'll watch Castlevania around Halloween time. But Camp Cretaceous, I've heard really good things. It did now. I thought I heard the most recent one is the end of it. Is that true? Is the most recent one the final season? Is it like the series finale? Because if it is, then I feel like maybe that's a good time for me to get into it because I could just watch. If I really love it, I could just watch the whole thing from start to finish and not have to worry. Also, get knockout, and so it is the end of it. So okay, so yeah, maybe I'll. Right now, I'm doing the whole Star Wars thing. Disney Plus has an option to watch Star Wars in timeline order. So I started with Episode 1, Episode 2, watched Clone Wars, the whole series. Um, I even watched the Gendy's. The Gendy's Clone Wars kind of fits if you watch like Episode 2, watch the first Gendy's series, first season. Then you have to watch like the first 2/3 of the second season of Gendy's, because that's like when Anakin gets knighted. And I think you watch up until Grievous shows up. Then you stop. Then you watch all of Clone Wars except for like the last 4 episodes of the last season of Clone Wars. Then you watch the last of Gendy's. Then you watch episode 3. Then you watch the last 4 episodes of season 7 of Clone Wars. And it kind of works. It's not perfect, but Gendy's can kind of fit in. And if you're not familiar, the guy Genndy Tartakovsky, I can't remember his name. The guy who made Powerpuff Girls and Samurai Jack did a version of Clone Wars shorts back in the early 2000s, which are really cool. And they can kind of fit into canon. I know Disney doesn't recognize them, but they can kind of fit. So I watched those. I watched all of Clone Wars. I watched episode 3. I watched Bad Batch. I'm watching Obi-Wan now. Then I'm going to watch Rebels. So I'm doing all of Star Wars in order. And then once that's done, I'm going to have to get to some other stuff. Maybe I'll do He-Man and Camp Cretaceous, get on that stuff. Because I've heard really good things. I saw everyone talking about it recently. Better than most of the movies. What is knockout and blue streak? What does that mean? Also get knockout and blue streak. Can you elaborate on that? PvP says Hasbro employees. PvP pays Hasbro employees to send him factory samples. That's why the figures don't look good. Oh, okay. I mean, is that illegal? Is it just, I assume they would at least lose their jobs if they got caught. I don't know. Netflix is trying to get rid of most of the animation because they're going broke. Oh no, that's not good. Castlevania is really good. Yeah, I think I watched the first 2 seasons of Castlevania. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it a lot. Then just kind of, while I was waiting for the next season to come out, just kind of forgot about it. I'm pretty sure, are there 4 seasons of Castlevania? I know there's at least 3. I think there's a 4th. Genndy made I'm pretty sure Genndy made Dexter's Laboratory and Powerpuff Girls. Hold on. Genndy Tartakovsky. Yeah, he made Powerpuff Girls. What are you talking about, dude? It says it right here. Symbiotic Titan, you're correct about that. Samurai Jack, Dexter's Laboratory. It's that time of the year for Wikipedia to ask for donations. Wait, he didn't. Why is he so associated with? I know he did Dexter's Laboratory. Yeah, Dexter's Laboratory, Samurai Jack, Clone Wars. Who did Powerpuff Girls then? Did he work on Powerpuff Girls? I mean, I searched his name and pictures of Powerpuff Girls came right up. Powerpuff Girls. Oh, Craig McCracken. I am wrong. I apologize. That's so weird though, because I searched Genndy and Powerpuff Girls popped up right away, so that's weird. So I guess I'm not the only one who was wrong about that. But you're right. He did do Symbiotic Titan. I knew he did Dexter's Laboratory. I guess I always assumed because the animation style is so similar that he also did Powerpuff Girls. But you're right. He did not. I knew he did Dexter's Laboratory, and I knew he did Samurai Jack. Sonic Prime, Bad Batch. Dude, Bad Batch Season 2 looks really good. I just saw the trailer for that the other day when I finished watching first season again. It looks really cool. I'm very excited. I think that's like September sometime, right? Or is it end of this month? I don't remember. It's soon. I think it's soon. Knockout and Blue Streak, the Transformers. I assume Blue Streak is the blue silver streak from Buzzworthy. Yeah, that's my guess as well. But I mean, he's right here. I did this a long time ago. This is knee gives out. This is Silver Streak. Review of that is up. Knockout I can't find anywhere. No one in the world has the Wave 2 Legacy Deluxes. They're like a myth. I don't know. Oh, he did write for it. Okay, so he was associated with it, but he didn't like create it. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Yeah, Buzzworthy Silver Streak, I have, dude. You can totally watch the review of that. It's been up for ages. Um, and Knockout, like I said, I'd love to get him, but I can't find it anywhere. It is illegal. He pays them upwards of $100 per figure. Jeez. Well, obviously he's not going to mention they're stolen. I didn't know if it was like test things that they like get rid of, and then someone just kind of instead of throwing them away takes. I mean, whatever. I'm not going to debate. Obviously, he shouldn't be. I'm surprised they don't crack down on it though, because it's not. It's not a. It's not a secret, you know. Like he's putting these things on the internet. It would be one thing if he just like bought them and kept them for himself, so he could keep it on the down low. But I'm surprised Hasbro doesn't crack down on that. I knew it. It was me. I made Powerpuff Girls, and I let Gandhi take credit. Hasbro definitely doesn't provide with the figures. If they did, would have been obligated to say, yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, he would disclose that. Getting out in other places. Yeah. Yeah, I keep looking around. I just can't find them. Couldn't find core class Spike. Oh, that's not bad. $12 is pretty much regular price. That's not bad. Yeah, I don't know what Spike when I got Spike from Hasbro Pulse. It just randomly went up and I bought it, and then I saw it on Amazon, but I don't think it was ever actually retail price, and I still have not seen that in the store. So I don't know what they're doing. But he's right here as well. Um, oh, it's after 9. Okay, I should go. Oh, wow, this has been an hour and a half. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I had a good time. Hopefully you did as well. A lot of great dinos, a lot of great figures. I gotta say, I think I really did like the Kenner stuff back in the day, but the Jurassic World stuff that Hasbro did for that first movie was. So I'm very happy that Mattel has it now. I think they're doing a great job. I think the dinos are great, the figures are great, the vehicles give us more vehicles. I would love a playset. I think Mattel needs to get on a visitor center playset. Now Mattel is kind of kicking around the whole like Kickstarter thing, like a HasLab, but Mattel's version of it, because they did, I think they did some wrestling arena, like a ring and like an entryway, and that was, I think it did well. And I think they said at Comic Con they're going to do the Eternia playset for He-Man, but that's also going to be like a Mattel's HasLab, whatever. I don't know what the Mattel's name for it is, but it's the HasLab equivalent for Mattel. So I think they're going to do Eternia that way, and I would love them to do like a visitor center or I don't know, what are like more iconic play sets from Jurassic? I mean, you could do the trailer again, but I feel like they could probably put the trailer out as a retail, like just make it $100 or something like that. I think it doesn't have to be, but like a really big proper visitor center, I think could be really really cool if they did that as like a Mattel has Mattel Lab, we'll just call it. Yeah, there aren't really a ton of like playset material places for Jurassic Park. I can't think of any like super noticeable or notable, I should say, um, like locations. Like obviously the islands, but like you're not going to make an island playset. So I don't know what else you would do. The crazy part is Hasbro has sponsored him. Yeah, I did see that, Floof. I was going to say I knew they sent him something. I don't know if it was Transformers though. I remember him saying like, what did they send him? They sent him, or they, yeah, I think they showed him something for one of the movies early or something like that. Yeah, Toys R Us was the best. Mattel would have ended Prime for Prime the movie. You're not wrong about that. Now, when they came down, the guy, I don't remember who it was, but the guy that got the Dominion toys early, I think that was mostly Universal. Like Mattel made the toys, but I think the copyright stuff was because Universal was upset because the movie wasn't out yet and the toys weren't supposed to be released yet. I mean, I'm sure Mattel wasn't completely innocent, but I think it was more Universal than it was Mattel. I could be wrong about that, but I thought that's what I heard about that. Toys R Us gets a full revival at some point. Yeah, they're like little sections of Macy's. I mean, it's not the same. I mean, it's something, and I'm glad it's not gone forever. But yeah, I want real Toys R Us stores back. Bye, Pedro. Thank you for joining. Walmart gets so much of Wave 1, they're stuck with it. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Walmart's really guilty. Target, not as much, but yeah, when the new line comes in, they get a bunch of the first wave and it sits around. When the Lightning Collection Dino Thunder Yellow Ranger release? I don't know. That would be more of a question for Josh. They haven't even officially announced it yet. I think the rest of Wave 12 tentatively says like March, but I doubt that's true. Probably sometime before the end of the year, if I had to guess. Yeah, Macy's. Most of those departments, JCPenney pretty much died, right? Sears died. Most of those department stores are not doing well. The movie preview. There you go. That sounds right. That's kind of what I remember too. Mattel can make a life-size prop of the Velociraptor claw, or even the fossil Velociraptor claw. Oh yeah, that's true. I think the Hammond collection, Allen, that I talked about, comes with a hand that's holding the raptor claw, like, you know, that you can pop out the other hand and pop that one in, so he's holding it like when he's scaring that kid. That's a great accessory. Oh, they give him Marvel Legends. I don't know, man. I don't know how I get on Hasbro's list. I was like, somebody tell me, please. I want to get on the list. Whatever they want to send me. Marvel Legends, Ghostbusters, Transformers, G.I. Joe. I love it all. I love Star Wars. I love everything, pretty much everything Hasbro makes. I'm on board. So, but yeah, I should definitely go. It's been almost 2 hours. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Had a lot of fun chatting with you. Definitely loving all of these dinos here. But yeah, hope you guys have an excellent rest of your weekend. I am going to do a live stream for the Transformers thing on Tuesday. So the Transformers stream, I believe, is 11 a.m. on Tuesday. So I'll probably go online at 10:30. Might have a few guests. We'll see how that works out. I'm checking people's availability. But yeah, so definitely come by, hang out. That should be a lot of fun. We'll see what we get for that. But yeah, I'll be probably online from like 10:30 till probably 12:30, maybe something like that, because I think it goes from 11 to 12. So yeah, definitely come hang out. That should be a good time. And otherwise, I'll be doing videos. I put up a Micro Galaxy Squadron Imperial Troop Transport earlier tonight, so definitely watch that. And then tomorrow, I don't remember what I have planned for tomorrow. I want to say maybe Override, actually. I got Override on Friday, so maybe I'll do Override. Yeah, and then I have an HLJ box that got here yesterday, and I've just been busy doing stuff. So maybe I'll open that on Monday. Maybe Monday night we'll open that together. Yeah, so that's just kind of what to look forward to in the next couple days. But yeah, hope to see you guys on Tuesday. Until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for hanging out. And yeah, have a good one, everyone. Bye.